This silent muscle killer strikes before you even leave your bed. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever struggled just to stand up from your recliner or needed both hands to push yourself off the toilet? You tell yourself it's just aging, just normal. But what if I told you that what's silently stealing your strength isn't just age? It's something much more dangerous. It's called sarcopenia, the silent muscle killer. And for millions of Americans over 60, it starts not with a bang, but with a soft tremble in your thighs when you get out of bed, a wobble in your knees when reaching for your coffee, a little voice in your head that says, maybe I'll just stay seated today. But if you ignore it, you're not just risking weakness. You're heading toward the walker, the wheelchair, the nursing home. Right now, over 1/3 of older adults in the United States are living with sarcopenia. That's not just a number. That's your neighbor, your sister, maybe even you. But here's the truth. No one tells you. You can stop it. You can even reverse it. And it starts with one simple change tomorrow morning. If you've ever felt your legs trembling when getting up, leave a number 1 in the comments. If not yet, but you worry it could happen, leave a 0. I read every comment. I care. This is personal. Because you deserve strength. You deserve freedom. Let's begin. Number 1, the real reason you're losing muscle. You eat well. You take your vitamins. So why are your legs still shrinking? Muscle loss after 60 isn't just about getting old. It's about a hidden biological breakdown inside your body. And most doctors won't explain it unless you demand to know. Let me tell you about a man named Harold, 72 years old, retired mechanic, strong arms, proud back. But when I met him, he couldn't stand without gripping both sides of his chair. He told me, Doc, I still eat meat. I take my calcium. Why are my legs giving out on me? The truth, Harold, like millions of older Americans, was trapped in a catabolic state. That's a fancy medical term for what happens when your body breaks down muscle faster than it can rebuild it. And it starts earlier than you think. According to the National Institute on Aging, we begin to lose about 1/3 of our muscle mass between the ages of 50 and 80. That's like taking a 200-pound man and silently subtracting 60 pounds of muscle by the time he reaches his 80th birthday. Gone, without warning. And here's what makes it worse. If you're over 60, your body absorbs protein less efficiently. Your hormone levels, especially testosterone and growth hormone, dip quietly. And most dangerously, you move less. So your muscles stop getting the signal to grow. It's not just getting old. It's your body saying, if you're not using it, I'm not keeping it. Sarcopenia is your body's version of spring cleaning. But it clears out the wrong things: your strength, your balance, your ability to live freely. That's why one of the first signs isn't pain. It's hesitation. Hesitation to get up, to walk without holding on to the wall, to leave the house. Harold didn't know that every skipped walk, every frozen moment on the couch, was another signal to his body. Let those leg muscles go. Have you ever felt like that? That your body just doesn't listen to you anymore? Drop a comment below and tell me when you first noticed your legs getting weaker. Was it last year? Last week? I want to hear your story, because it's not your fault, but you can do something about it. In the next section, I'll share the most powerful yet underused method to wake up your muscles, even if you're already using a walker or feel stuck in a chair. But for now, just remember, this muscle loss is not a sentence. It's a signal, and you are not done yet. Number 2, the hidden movement that can rebuild muscle. Even in a chair, you don't have to stand to get stronger. You don't have to walk a mile to rebuild your legs. And you certainly don't need to suffer in silence, thinking it's too late. Because here's the truth. Your body is listening, even now, even while you sit. Every tiny movement, you make a toe lift, a heel press, a small knee raise, sends a message to your brain. We still need this body. We're not done yet. This is not about working out. It's about waking up. See, sarcopenia. The age-related loss of muscle doesn't start with a fall. It starts with silence. It starts the moment you stop moving, You stop walking as far. You stop reaching overhead. You stop rising from a chair without help. And your brain interprets that as a signal to shut down what's no longer in use. But here's the hope: you can reverse that signal, and you can do it without ever leaving your chair. Let me explain how. According to the Tufts University Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging, seniors who performed seated resistance exercises 3 times per week showed measurable gains in muscle mass, balance, and walking confidence, even those over 80. Why? Because muscle is activated not just by size or speed, but by resistance, by the nervous system being told this matters. Maintain it. And the best part, it doesn't take long. Just 3 to 5 minutes a day is enough to send the signal your body needs. Let's go through 4 movements that I recommend for all my patients. 1. Seated marching. Sit tall in your chair. Lift one knee 3 to 4 inches off the ground. Hold for 3 seconds. Lower. Switch legs. Repeat 10 times per leg. This engages the hip flexors and thighs, which are critical for walking and climbing stairs. 2. Heel press and glute squeeze. Plant both feet flat. Now press your heels hard into the ground, as if pushing the earth away. At the same time, tighten your glutes. Hold for 10 seconds. Repeat 5 times. This strengthens your entire posterior chain, which helps prevent falls. 3. Overhead arm. Lift with a hold. Hold a soup can or light dumbbell in each hand. Raise arms straight up overhead. Hold for 15 to 20 seconds. Lower slowly. Repeat 8 times. Build shoulder endurance and spinal stability, key for balance. 4. Core pulse press. Sit upright. Place hands on knees. Now push your hands downward while engaging your stomach muscles. Hold for 5 seconds. Release. Repeat 10 times. Strengthens the core, which helps stabilize every movement you make. These exercises may seem small, but they're powerful. They retrain the nervous system. They tell your brain to hold on to strength. And most importantly, they restore confidence. Because what's really terrifying about muscle loss isn't the weakness, it's the fear of standing and falling, the fear of being stuck, the fear of losing control. But when you feel your muscles engage, even just a little, you regain more than strength. You regain hope. I've seen this hundreds of times. When patients start moving, they start recovering. They sit taller, walk steadier, and they begin believing in their body again. So right now, if you're sitting, I want you to try this. Press your heels into the ground. Tighten your thighs. Lift one knee slightly. Hold. That pressure you feel, that heat, that's not strain, that's life. Now tell me in the comments I moved today. Those 3 words may change everything for you and inspire someone else too. And in our next video, we'll build on this. We'll combine these seated exercises with balance training so you can walk steadier, with less fear and more control. But today, you started, and that's what matters. Number 3, the one food that rebuilds muscle faster than protein. Powder neuro. You've been told you need protein to build muscle. After 60, you should drink protein shakes, buy powders, or eat meat 3 times a day. But what if I told you there's one food that can rebuild muscle faster, and it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now? No hype, no mystery. I'm talking about eggs, whole eggs, with the yolk. Here's why. In a major study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers found that eating whole eggs after resistance training stimulated 40% more muscle protein synthesis than eating egg whites alone. 40%. That's not a small edge, that's a game changer. Why? Because the yolk isn't just fat. It contains leucine, a critical amino acid that triggers muscle repair. It also carries vitamin D, choline, omega-3 fats, and natural cholesterol, all vital to maintaining hormone balance and cell growth in older adults. Now let's be honest, many of you were told to avoid yolks because of cholesterol. But the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health confirms dietary cholesterol from eggs does not increase the risk of heart disease for most people. In fact, seniors who avoid eggs often suffer from vitamin D deficiency, which is linked to weaker bones, poor balance, and increased falls. Here's the big picture. Your body doesn't just need protein, it needs the tools to use protein. That's what the yolk provides. Let me break it down. One large egg contains about 6 grams of protein, but more importantly, it comes with the cofactors that make that protein usable: fats, enzymes, micronutrients, and cholesterol, all packed together by nature. And eggs are easier to digest than red meat. They're more complete than most plant proteins. And unlike protein powders, they actually satisfy hunger. Older adults often lose appetite. Skipping meals leads to faster muscle breakdown, especially during illness or recovery. But eggs are gentle, easy to prepare, and signal the body fuel is here. We can rebuild. You want to know how to reverse sarcopenia from the kitchen? Start with a simple breakfast: 2 boiled eggs, a slice of avocado or sautéed spinach, a sprinkle of sea salt, a glass of warm water or green tea. That's it. No supplements, no gimmicks, just real muscle-building food. And no, don't skip the yolk. That golden center, that's your recovery power. So let me ask you, when was the last time you ate eggs for breakfast? Did you include the yolk or throw it away? Tell me in the comments. Because for millions of older Americans, the yolk is not the enemy. It's the solution they've been missing. I'm not telling you to quit your protein shake, but I am saying this. If you're fighting muscle loss, start where nature intended, with an egg. In the next video, we'll dive into exactly when to eat protein for maximum absorption, especially in the morning. But for now, your comeback starts with breakfast. Let me say this. With every ounce of truth I have, you are not finished. Not even close. I don't care if you're 65 or 85. If you're still breathing, you can still fight for strength. Muscle loss doesn't mean defeat. It means the body is waiting for your signal, waiting for movement, waiting for food, waiting for the smallest sign that you haven't given up. And from what I know, you haven't. You're watching this. You're asking questions. You're still here. I've spent 50 years watching patients lose themselves, then rise back up stronger, steadier, more alive than ever. But it all begins with one belief: that healing is still possible, not in a hospital, not in a pill bottle, but right where you sit. That chair you're in, it's not a prison. It's your starting point. So here's what I want from you. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you're fighting for. Is it to walk unassisted again? To hold your grandchild without fear of falling? To climb one flight of stairs? Whatever it is, write it down. Let it become your mission. And if this message touched your heart, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so we never lose this connection. Because in our next video, I'll walk you through the exact at-home chair exercises and balance drills that can rebuild your lower body and protect you from falls. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need youth. You just need the will to begin. And I know you have it. You are not done yet. You're just getting started.